This is the Dabbsson DBS1000Pro Solar Generator. If you can picture something about the size of a sturdy carry-on suitcase, but a little sleeker and more modern, that's pretty much it. I was honestly a little surprised when I unboxed it because despite packing a whole lot of power, it's not massive. I've been using this station for well over a year, and I wanted to share a quick review for anyone curious about portable power stations, especially if you're new to this whole thing. I'll start with the shape and feel of the DBS1000 Pro. It looks solid, wrapped in sturdy black and gray ABS plastic, and built with two comfortable handles on top. For something with so much power inside, it's manageable. At about 34 pounds, you don't want to trek through miles of forest, but for camping or rolling out for an RV trip, it's actually reasonable. The screen on the front is bright and really easy to read, even in sunlight, which is super helpful. That display shows your battery percentage, input and output wattage, and even gives you a live estimate on how much time you have left with your current power draw. It's direct and clear, which I really appreciate. A lot of new users ask me, does this have a ton of buttons and settings? Not really. You're looking at some labeled ports, on-off switches, and a few extra control buttons for things like lighting. From my experience, the initial setup was smoother than I expected, but if you're not too techy, the manual they include has clear steps. The DBS1000 Pro comes with your basic AC charging cable for wall charging, a car charging cable, and a solar panel connection cord. I started by fully charging it at home, then took it camping for a weekend to see if it could handle the usual grill, coffee maker, and lighting. Plugging in is as simple as flipping a switch, and honestly, watching that live display update in real time just made me weirdly happy. The unit also has built-in LED lighting with adjustable brightness and even an SOS function, which I found genuinely helpful during a late-night power outage. What stood out immediately is the variety of ports. I count 12 total, including USB-C, regular USB, standard wall AC outlets, and car-style 12-volt outlets. The USB-C section has a high-output 100-watt port that's impressive. I charged my laptop and drone batteries at the same time. Everything's grouped together and well-labeled, so you're not playing a guessing game when you plug in your gadgets. That's a big plus for people like me who just want to plug things in and go. The key features that sold me on this power station are mainly around capacity and flexibility. The 2000-watt power rating lets me run almost any small appliance, from laptops and phones to more demanding gear like a space heater or an induction cooktop, at least for a decent amount of time. The starting wattage is 4,000 watts, so things like mini fridges or power tools start up just fine. What's extra cool is that if you ever outgrow the built-in 1024 WAh battery, you can actually expand the storage up to over 10,000 watt-hours with their external battery modules. That's basically enough for several days off-grid or to keep a lot of your essential home devices running in a blackout. The battery technology in here is also next level for this market. They use a Semi-Solid LiFePO4 battery. Basically, that means it's safer and lasts longer than almost every traditional lithium battery I've used before. You're looking at 4,500 charge cycles before it even drops to 80% of its original capacity. And Dabbsson claims this can last up to 15 years with normal usage. That's reassuring for anyone investing in something that isn't cheap. Charging the DBS1000 Pro is stress-free. With AC wall power, I regularly get it from 0 to 80% charged in under an hour, maybe 50 minutes if I use the highest input. Solar charging is quick too. The included 120-watt solar panel works well in good sunlight. I averaged about an hour under direct sun to hit a pretty high charge level, thanks to the MPPT controller inside the DBS1000 Pro that helps optimize the charging rate. Another real highlight for me is the smart app functionality. You can connect the generator to your phone and keep track of its stats, turn it on or off, and control different outputs remotely. I don't use the app every day, but for monitoring it from a distance, like during a storm or trip, it does come in handy. I will say sometimes the English translations in the app feel a little awkward, but it does what it's supposed to do. That's all I ask. Now for a few things that could be better. I'm always looking for things I'd want to know as a buyer. While most of the station is quite user-friendly, I did find the initial process of joining the app to my home Wi-Fi a little clunky, maybe overly complicated for some users. I've also heard from others and read reviews mentioning that if you're ordering and need to do a return that isn't about product quality, you're on the hook for shipping. Not ideal if you're on the fence about your purchase. I noticed the app, in my opinion, could be more polished. Occasionally, I'd get some minor glitches or unclear error messages. Nothing that stopped me from using the station, but just something to be aware of if you count on remote control all the time. One small thing. If you want to expand the battery, those external modules are pricey. I haven't done it yet, but it would be nice if there was a more budget-friendly way to add capacity over time. On the more minor side, while the fan operates pretty quietly at startup and low loads, it does kick in louder if you're running a heavy appliance. For me, it's never reached an obnoxious level, but during quiet nights in a tent, you'll definitely notice it if it's powering something like an induction cooker on full blast. In conclusion, I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a serious, reliable portable generator. Whether you're camping, setting up a remote work location, or trying to be more prepared for storms and outages at home. The key features: high power output, wide variety of ports, incredibly long-lasting battery, and the ability to recharge quickly set the DBS1000 Pro apart from a lot of the smaller random power banks out there. It looks and feels durable, is simple for beginners, and in my opinion, offers a ton of peace of mind. I'm glad I invested in it. Even with a few minor things I'd fix, I honestly haven't run into any real problems that make me second-guess using it almost every week. If you got value out of this video, hit that subscribe button and let me know your questions or experience in the comments. I'd love to hear what you'd power with a DBS1000 Pro. Thank you for watching.